Determining the cause of a car's fluid leak can be challenging if you notice it. It's crucial to understand each fluid's color and smell for this reason. We go over what to do and how to find the source of the leak in this guide. It's the Car Problems YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. Let's determine what the leaking fluid might be. Light brown to black, engine oil. The color of engine oil varies based on the age and performance of the motor, ranging from light amber to dark brown or almost black. An oil leak can be difficult to locate because it might not be under the engine directly. These leaks may come from obvious sources, like the oil filter or drain pan plug. They can also happen in unexpected locations, like the valve cover gasket or a crankshaft seal. Because of this, you might require the services of a qualified mechanic to examine the system in greater detail and identify the source of the leak. You might be able to drive for a brief while longer if the leak is not too big. But you don't want the oil level to fall too low because that could seriously harm the engine. It is best to get the leak fixed right away so you can take the best possible care of the engine. Thick, clear, red, green, or brown power steering fluid. Determining the color of the power steering fluid is not always simple. Certain manufacturers utilize transmission fluid, whereas others, like Honda, have their own brand of fluid that has a pale amber hue. Additionally, some power steering fluids have an oily, burned-like smell. Make sure there is still enough power steering fluid in the system by taking a look at the reservoir if you think there may be a leak. Make sure that's fully charged, or else you might hear the power steering pump whine. Additionally, steering may become challenging if the proper amount of fluid is not used. On occasion, the rack's power steering fluid leaks from both ends. It's also possible that a bad line needs to be changed. Green, yellow, red, or blue coolant. To keep the motor lubricated and at the proper temperature, engine coolant is required. Green coolant was once required for all cars, but today it varies depending on the type. For instance, Toyota uses red coolant, but Honda uses blue. In addition, there is orange, clear, and possibly other rainbow colors. Thus, the color by itself won't convey any information. The smell is what will help identify a coolant leak. Its candy-like sweetness is what makes it so harmful to kids and animals. Coolant is very toxic because it contains ethylene glycol. Anywhere can have a coolant leak, but it's more likely to occur in one of the brittle hoses. Another typical spot for a coolant leak is the radiator. Upon becoming aware of a coolant leak, it is your duty to monitor the reservoir closely. Should the level drop, the engine may overheat and cause irreversible damage. The leak might alter at any time, even if it is small, and leave you stranded on the side of the road. Because of this, we always advise having a coolant leak fixed right away, regardless of how minor it may be. Clear with strong smell, fuel leak. To keep the engine running, fuel is required. However, you might detect the smell of gas while operating your vehicle if a component of the fuel system malfunctions. Fortunately, fuel that is leaking has a distinct smell, so you should be able to identify the issue quickly. Its appearance might give you no clue as to what it is, even in addition to the smell. Since gasoline is a clear liquid, you should rely on your nose when making this determination. It goes without saying that you should not drive while there is a fuel leak. A car fire is more likely as a result of the odor in addition to making you sick. Red or brown, transmission or differential fluid. Oftentimes, automatic transmission fluid is red or pink. Sometimes, other symptoms like a slipping transmission will show up before the fluid leak. The car will rev up without actually shifting into gear when the transmission slips. The car will completely stop moving if you allow the leak to get too severe and the fluid level drops too low. Here, oil is used in manual transmissions instead. It smells like stronger motor oil and has a thick consistency. Fluid leaks from the axle seals of a car with front-wheel drive quite frequently. Conversely, the rear-wheel drive vehicle is vulnerable to output shaft seal leaks. It's not always simple to check the transmission fluid in cars. Take your car to a certified transmission shop right away if there's a leak and you can't physically check the fluid level. It is not desirable for the system to drop too low. Differential fluid leaks can also occur. This liquid seems to be thick and honey-like in consistency. Brake fluid comes in transparent, brown, or yellow hues. It has a somewhat greasy feel to it but is generally odorless. The brakes might start to give you problems if this fluid leaks. It's crucial to always make sure the reservoir is full for that reason alone. You don't want to play around with this leak. You risk losing braking force and getting into an accident if the fluid drains out. Clear without smell, dripping AC condensation. Generally, there's nothing to be concerned about when you see odorless, clear water dripping from underneath the car. Most likely, the water leak is simply condensation from the air conditioner. It should surprise you more if there isn't any water leak because this is a common summertime occurrence. It could mean that there is a blockage in the drains. It's also not a major deal if you see water leaking from the exhaust in the winter. This is an additional condensation problem. Blue or clear, windshield washer fluid. There's nothing blue other than windshield washer fluid, save for a few uncommon varieties of coolant. This thin, watery material is used to protect the car window from dirt and insects. Leaks are typically caused by a cracked washer fluid reservoir. Even though it's not an emergency, you still want to get the problem fixed as soon as you can. If you are driving and a bird decides to drop something on the windshield, you may find yourself driving with obstructions in your field of vision due to the inability to clean the windshield. What to do if your car is leaking? You will be alarmed at first if you see liquid dripping from underneath the car, but you shouldn't freak out. Here are some actions to remember. Verify that your car is the source of the fluid leak. In a parking lot or on the street, a previous car may have left behind a puddle beneath your vehicle. To find the source of the leak, look underneath the car. You might recognize it more clearly if there is fluid visible on the car's undercarriage. Identify the kind of fluid that is leaking using the clues mentioned above. To improve your view of the fluid's color and smell in the interim, you might want to place a piece of cardboard underneath the leak. Having said that, unless it is absolutely necessary, we do advise against using a stop leak additive. These solutions, at best, offer a stopgap measure. Worse, they may seriously harm the engine and drivetrain. Hope the information was helpful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.